Hello, my kids and queens. How are you doing? I trust you are all doing well. You are doing well, right? Welcome back to my channel. And have you subscribed yet? Oh well, if you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe. And to those of you who have already subscribed, you know how much I adore you, right? You know how much I appreciate you, right? I thank you so very much. I don't take this for granted at all. Well, I recently embarked on a project, and the findings of this project were quite amazing, or some of you might even call it strange or even weird. And one of the projects that I embarked on has to do with marriages across Africa and across the world. So without wasting time, let's go find out what this project is all about and how different is it from your culture, your tradition, or from the norm. This is not a history lesson, neither is this a cultural studies lesson. So without wasting time, let's go. How would you feel as a young lady who is about to get married, and as part of your culture and tradition, you're supposed to open your mouth and your father will spit into it? Yes, you heard me right. You are supposed to open your mouth and your father is supposed to spit into your mouth as part of the culture of your people. Yes, I'm sure somebody will say, ew, oh, this is so disgusting. But listen, that is a culture of a group of people right here in Africa, and they have practiced this culture and tradition over centuries. And I'm going to tell you pretty soon where this culture is practiced in Africa and for how long they have practiced it. So this particular tradition and culture happened among the Maasai tribe of Kenya and Tanzania. And for the purpose of this video, my focus will be on the Maasai tribe of Kenya. So for the Maasai tribe, the marriage ceremony is arranged by the elders without informing the bride and the bride's mother. So what will happen is that the girl in question, or the lady who is about to be married, is usually not aware the man who is to marry her. Okay, so basically the elders from the girl's side or from the girl's family arranged this particular marriage. So the girl doesn't even know the man that she's going to be married to. After the bride price is paid to the girl's family or to the bride's family, a bull is then given to the bride's mother as a gift, which signifies a departure of one of her children. So if the girl's mother or if the bride's mother happens to have, say, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls or ladies, she doesn't even know which of them is being taken away or which of them will be taken away as a bride. She is not in the know. She's not informed. So the bride's mother is not even told as to which of her daughters is going to be taken away as a bride. She's not in the know, she's not informed. That's how serious the tradition was at the time. So on the day of the wedding or on the day of the marriage, the bride's father spits into the bride's mouth. Yes, you heard me right. So basically or literally, the bride opens her mouth and her father spits into her mouth. And they believe that this is a way of blessing his child, and it also signifies that he has willingly given out his child without being forced. So the spitting signifies that I am giving my child to this man or this gentleman without being forced, and this giving away of my child or at the giving away of my daughter is from the deepest part of my heart, and I was not forced. Yes, that was what happened among the Maasai tribe of Kenya a long time ago, and they practiced this tradition over so many years, over centuries. Now, as tradition evolves and as tradition changes and grows, and of course, as civilization sets in, and of course, education also came into the picture, some of the children have had the opportunity to be educated and have traveled outside their culture and tradition to other jurisdiction or to other cultures. They have realized that that culture is not healthy. Basically, they have realized that that culture is not healthy because the bride could contract diseases from her father. So they stopped that particular tradition. But wait, the spitting do not stop. They continue with the spitting, but in a different way. So this time around, on the day of the marriage, the father blesses his daughter by spitting, this time onto her head and onto her breast. So on the day of the marriage, daddy will go about with the onto the daughter's head and of course onto the daughter's breast. And that is to show that, my daughter, you are blessed. I want your marriage to be beautiful. I want your marriage to be prosperous. I want you to go out there into this marriage and have as many children as you want to. So, according to their culture, this culture of spitting is not bad because it is a way of blessing his daughter. So basically, when the tradition of spitting is finally done and it is over, and then the bride is ready to leave her father's house to her husband's house, there's another tradition that is performed. Okay, and this tradition is that the bridal train or the girls who will follow the bride will join her as she performs a traditional dance with wooden sticks. Yes, wooden sticks. And this signifies the future growth of a marriage. Now, after all of this is done, finally, when the lady or when the bride is finally ready to leave her father's house to her husband's house, there's singing and dancing among the girls that is supporting the bride. And as the bride finally leaves for her husband's house, the groom's family will throw insults at the bride. Yes, they'll literally insult her or throw insults at her. And they believe that this is done in order to ward off or throw away or drive away evil spirits or bad luck that the new bride might encounter in her new home. So as she begins to dance, and there's singing and dancing, there's singing and dancing, there's singing and dancing, of course there's drumming and singing and dancing. As she dances and as she leaves her husband's house, she is not supposed to turn and look at her father's house, or she's not supposed to look back. It is believed that if she makes any attempt to look back, it is believed that she will turn into a stone. Yes, she will turn into a stone. So as the bride dances and sings and leaves, according to their tradition, it is believed that this particular tradition or culture is to encourage the girls to learn how to stay in their husband's house rather than returning to their father's house upon the least provocation or upon the least argument that they have with their husbands. So the question now is, do the Maasai tribe of Kenya still practice this kind of marriage as part of their tradition and culture? The answer is no. They no longer do the aspects which is spitting into their daughter's mouth during marriage ceremonies. What they do now is that they're still spitting. But it is still believed that some of the people among the Maasai tribe still do the spitting onto their daughters' heads and then onto their breasts during marriage ceremonies. But then some other group of people among the Maasai tribe no longer do the spitting onto their daughters' heads and then onto their breasts during marriage ceremonies. What they do is that they're still spitting, however, they just do the sign of the spitting. For instance, during marriage ceremonies, what they do is that they'll just make a sign of spitting like but without necessarily spitting or without necessarily bringing saliva from their mouth and then spitting it out onto their their daughter's head or onto their daughter's breast. Well, what do you make of this tradition? Is this the first time you are hearing about the Maasai tribe of Kenya and how they used to be married? Do you find this tradition strange? Do you think that it was a good thing that they stopped? I believe you have learned a thing or two from this video. And please, well, I hope you have already subscribed, but if you haven't, please do well to subscribe, because in my next video I'll be bringing you yet another strange or weird tradition from other cultures around the world. Until I see you in the next video, is bye.